All right, so you went to a workshop. There was a ton of great ideas. You think, this is fantastic. We're going to get so much done, change so many things here. What happened is you went back to your business or back to your organisation after the workshop was done. What happened after that is summed up in a saying that my old grandma used to say. She used to say, I was going to do wonders and ship miracles today, but it never quite happened. And the reason that it never quite happened is because you're already busy. If you went to a workshop, you're already busy, you already got too much to do. Try and take more on board, or if you've signed up with a coach as well. If a coach gives you more work to do without taking some of it off of your plate first, then you might want to consider looking for another coach. Anyway, I have a workshop coming up called Unboxed, where we're going to do that, exactly that. You're going to come along to the workshop. You're not going to get loaded up with work because I've specifically reverse engineered it so that doesn't happen to you. Anyway, I'm going to let another beanie tell you all about it. I'm going to run you through on the board part of the first session. I'm actually going to build this workshop life from now through to, there's a thing in lean called waste. Value added time versus non-value added time. When we come back, I'm going to show you how I've turned building a workshop from non-value added time, complete waste of time, into value added time. Anyway, throw you over to old mate, other beanie for a second. I'll be back. If you walk out of a workshop with a mile-long to-do list, the technical term for that workshop is a waste of your time. That's why I specifically reverse engineered Unboxed, so that your time isn't wasted. In fact, there's only two reasons why someone like you shows up. You're big enough to admit that you don't know what you don't know.
A wonderful bit of research by a guy called David Dunning at Cornell, who's pointed out that in order to know how good you are at something requires exactly the same skills as it does to be good at that thing in the first place.
And you know that you're going to need a who to get the how done. If you lead a team of 10 plus, you live on the Sunshine Coast and you want your team to create a real breakthrough in Q4 of 2025, then this might be exactly what you've been looking for. At Unbox, we're not going to pile more tasks onto you, and we're going to reset what good looks like. In session 1, we're going to uncover what is your real bottleneck and then map out a 9-day plan that your team can start to execute the next week. You'll name someone within your business who's going to own it, set up tight feedback loops, and make your team's progress visible via a simple live scoreboard. No jargon or any other bull. Just a simple process that your people can run. The date, time and the price are all in my bio, and there is only 5 spots. That's not going to change. When you're ready, DM me, I want in. We'll have a quick chat about locking in a spot, or if it's the workshop trailer video, DM me, I'm keen. Righto, if you're keen, you know what to do. What to message me. Let's have a look at right now. So what I've told you about before, there's 2 types of work, value added and non-value added. I've been having an argument with a guy about this on LinkedIn. He doesn't believe me, but 9% what you do every day is waste, regardless of how good you are or how effective or efficient that you think that you are. I'm going to show you how that works at the workshop. When I used to prepare for workshops before, I used to waste a lot of time creating PowerPoints, because value added is something that is changing the product that the customer wants to pay for. They don't want to pay for me making all the slides for the workshop. So what I'm doing right now, instead of wasting all that time, normally I'd lock myself away in my office for a week, come up with all the slides, map out the whole workshop, all the rest of it. Then I'd spend anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before the workshop actually rehearsing it, running through the different sessions, what they're going to look like, how I'm going to do them, what I'm going to say. Instead of doing that, I'm doing all that right now. So this is now what used to be non-value added activity, wasted, because it was all come down to how I delivered it on the day all that time before it, whereas now it's something that's actually working for me. I've got a piece of content that's out on the internet that can bring people to the workshop. So I'm full transparency. I show you exactly what I'm doing during the workshop. We'll probably get through the whole thing before I finish. I'm going to do this bit by bit, lives day by day this weekend. There'll be quite a few. We're going to have a look at the break the anchor session, which is the first session, right? As I alluded to, if you've read the post, there's a saying by a marketer I follow that he says, math is not an exact science. Says it tongue in cheek. What that actually means is, this is the way it works, and this is the way that lean works, is you got to subtract to multiply. You go to a workshop, you're already busy, you got way too much on your plate already, and then you go and you try and add a heap more to it. What happens? It doesn't get done. You end up like my old grandma, thinking you're going to do wonders, shit miracles. Nothing gets done. So it's not that your fault that you failed. Again, if you have a coach, and I was talking to a guy about this in Preacher Beach one day. He said, I had a coach one time. He said, he just gave me a heap of extra work to do. I already had a heap of work to do. He said, I already just know what I need to do. Well, he might do, but that's beside the point. He goes, but he was just adding to what I already had to do. So it was too much. He wasn't getting any value out of the coaching. The coach is not making sure that you are subtracting so that you can multiply. I want to start looking for another coach. Right. The way we do that is something that Dan Sullivan calls the ABC formula. So you've got tasks that you do that you don't even really like doing. Low-hanging fruit, admin tasks, low dollar value tasks that you can get rid of. So you get 3 of those every quarter. We're going to make you pick one and get rid of it while we're there at the workshop. Give you a way to either automate it, do it with AI, or find someone that you can hand it off to. Create a quick process where you can get that off your plate. Okay, the next ones are the tasks that you're good at. And you don't mind doing them, but they're not the greatest use of your time. So we're going to identify a couple of those as well. And then there's your high dollar value tasks that you're really good at, which we want to get you doing more and more of. So if you can, this is your only task that you want to take away after this workshop is done. This is your part of the process once you get back to your business. You have to give up, and I learnt this at a manufacturer's excellence forum just the other night. Okay, the lady hopped up and she spoke about it from a looking after yourself perspective. She went to a yoga retreat or something like that, and she said they said there that 1% of your told you, I'll show you how I use AI. This is part of it. So what I'm going to do here is I use ChatGPT to do a lot of what I do these days, write a lot of copy, and I use ChatGPT as a strategic thought partner. There's a correct way to use AI and there's an incorrect way to use it. I'm going to show you the correct way right now. So let's dial up my old mate ChatGPT right here and just make sure, okay. You're going to struggle to run ChatGPT and interwebs at the same time. Why is that happening? Oh, we'll go through my phone, zooms out, he doesn't want to fire up. See what happens in a minute. All right. I talk to it like I'm talking to a person, okay? So I'm going to get it to, got one called Ed, who is my strategic thought partner. Hey Ed, just on live at the moment, we're under the pump. You know how it normally is when we do this stuff. ChatGPT's not working on my computer. We've just got the death wheel spinning around, so I'm just going to kill it on there at the moment if I can, which it won't. Death wheel won't let me do it. What I want you to do is I need another GPT that's dedicated to helping me build this workshop because you're going to run out of memory very soon, okay? I want you to create a prompt for him, get him up to speed with Unboxed, what we're doing, how we're going about it, and how he's going to be, like you are, a strategic thought partner that helps me build this workshop. And a lot of it's going to be done live, right like we're doing at the moment. I can't get this damn thing to shut off. Okay, can you write that prompt for me now so I can copy and paste it, throw it in GPT and get cracking with it. So he'll transcribe that at the moment. That's all happening on my phone at the minute. That's transcribing, punch that up, and that's the tip, is to talk to it like I do there rather than typing. If you're like me of my vintage, you're probably not great at typing. So my recommendation to you is just speak to it. It's quick, it's easy. Feels a little bit weird to start off with till you get used to do it. He's thinking at the moment. But once you got it done, then you'll see how quick and easy it is to use ChatGPT to get a load of work done, a load of work off your plate. Because that's where, while we're doing this ABC formula, we can probably take a task and save you. So this is his next clarifying. Still doing the prompt at the moment. Man, he's slow today. Why is that? Hang on. We'll go back to the screen here because you can't see that anyone. I've killed it now. Quit it. All right. So he has written me a prompt. Unbox Workshop, Strategic Builder, Strategic Prompt Partner. Mission. Be Adam Bean, Beanie's strategic copy and content partner and build and sell Unbox Workshop Live. Produce crisp hooks, scripts, posts, checklists, blah, blah, blah. Tells him who I serve, who my audience is, the core ideas of Unbox, who, how, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm going to go down there and copy that. Jesus Christ, he's written a big prompt. He's got deliverables and everything for him. We're still going, we're still going, still going. Jesus Christ, Ed, what have you done here? Come on. He's even written stuff like, I sanity checks before you give them, because I tell them that you got to use you and your in your headlines and stuff like that. Copy and paste that. All right, there's a copy button, so I'll copy that. ChatGPT, I want a new chat. Post that prompt in. Go. See what he comes back at. We're going to give him a couple little tasks. This prompt is titled under shutdown window at handover. So he does know what I do very, very well. You're locked and loaded. Here's your 90 script starter to paste straight to your new GPT once you've dropped the system. All right. All right, so your first mission is to produce me a little graph of the other, actually calculate something for me. So a 24-hour day. What's 1% of a 24-hour day? He's just using his brain. It equates to 14.4 minutes. So 1% of your day when you leave this workshop is going to be dedicated to, that's 14.4 minutes, 1%, coaching. Instead of you running around, putting fires out all day, and Dan Sullivan has a great saying about this, it's the people who complain the most about putting fires out all the time are generally the arsonists. What he means by that is, the reason you've got so many people running to you all the time is because you've created that. So that's a little reality check for you. So 1% of your day, which is your morning meeting, your morning stand-up, and we're going to run you through how to do a morning stand-up, is going to be coaching people. When you run it, you're going to coach. You're not going to give them answers. You're going to ask them questions. You're going to train your team. They're going to spend 14.4 minutes a day. Their job is to spend 14.4 minutes a day becoming world-class problem solvers. Because here's another little formula that we're going to crunch for you. Okay, that's awesome, man. 14.4 minutes a day. So going off Anders Ericsson's formula, which is 100 hours of deliberate practice, not just ordinary practice, deliberate practice, stretching yourself, making it harder each time. You need 100 hours of that divided by 14.4 minutes per day. What you need to take into account is all the public holidays in Australia, in Queensland, throughout a 12-month period. And you also need to take out the 4 weeks annual leave that people have, weekends, all that sort of stuff. So how many months is it going to take someone doing 14.4 minutes per day, taking out all their sick days, all their holidays, public holidays, all the rest of it, to crank up to 100 hours? Give me that figure, please. I alluded to this just then when I did that prompt. You're going to do that 14.4 minutes is not just going through the motions. That's doing deliberate practice. Making this harder and harder for yourself all the time and learning to do it better and better. Oh, okay, calculate days needed. First up, 100 hours is 6,000 minutes. Okay, so 14.4 minutes per day. That's 416 days of pure practice days. There's about 417 full days, thereabouts. Public holidays in Queensland, blah, 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 sick days, 365 days a year, less 140 is 225. How long to hit the 100 hours at that rate? It would be 1.85 years. So if they just do their 14.4 minutes a day, somewhere 1.8 years, they're going to be at a level of mastery, which is top 5% in the world at problem solving. So you've bought yourself a huge amount of your time back when they get to that level. Want to halve that time, get it done in 9 months, get them doing it for half an hour a day at some point. Let's start them off at 14 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, which will be your morning meeting. You'll get that going. All right, 100-hour rule. That's part of what we're going to do to break anchors in the workshop. People look at 1% improvements, think they don't really add up to anything. Let's see if we can get the other GPT to come up, because I'd like to show you, if I can get in, to do a little graph for us, just to show you how this compounds. There it is, workshop prompt generator. Let's give it one last shot, see if we can get it to, hey Ed, what I want you to do now, mate, is 1% improvement per day over a 12-month period, and take the weekends out. So compound it, compounding 1% a day on a 5-day week, and show us over in a timeline, show us the exponential growth that happens. We're just getting 1% improvement per day. So I want to give you a little visual of this if I can. So I need to pull Ecamm Live back up. Something like that. And we'll go to our screen, which had ChatGPT on it, which is not showing because there it is. There's your graph. That's 1% improvement per day, 250 days, no weekends. So we've got, if we can maintain that, which we probably can't, we'd get to a 12x better result over 250 days. We do half of that, we're doing really well. If we do 25% of that, we'd be doing extremely well. That's one of, I'll just roll that up so you can have a look at it, okay? Compounding 1% improvement per day, 5 days a week, no weekends, over 12 months, 260 work days. By the end of the year, that tiny 1% daily lift compounds to over 12x improvement. And it shows you where and how that kicks in. This is why it's called the break the anchor session. We have predetermined ideas of what a 1% improvement can do. How much is 1% effort each day? What could it compound to over an amount of time if we actually put some time and effort into making it happen? The first 4 weeks of getting it to happen is vitally important. You don't get past that first 4-week hump, which is where most people fall over. You're never ever going to get those exceptional results because not much is going to happen. Probably about the first 40, 50, 60 days. You're going to feel like you're not doing a lot. That's why you want someone like me on your side to say, keep going, because it will work. You just need to stick with it. So we're going to break the anchor and look at why math is not an exact science. You have to subtract to multiply. If you want to scale, you want to multiply, you've got to get rid of some stuff, not add more to your plate. We're going to have a look at that ABC formula. What are the tasks, easy ones, the low-hanging fruit that we can get free up, get rid of, to free up 1% of your day so you can start coaching your people to become world-class problem solvers in 14.4 minutes per day. We had a look at that 100-hour rule, how that impacts, how you do that. You know that you need to use deliberate practice to actually get there. And I've already showed you a couple of ChatGPT hacks. You probably know more about ChatGPT just watching this video for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes than most people ever do. All right, as I said, I'm building this workshop in real time. So if you want to get access to it, let's put that back on me for a minute. I've got to, this is how I am building it. We've got a Trello board just there, which I'm starting to put tasks in. Let's pull Beanie down over in this corner here so it's not covering all up. This is where I put the tasks. This is how we get a quick, easy way to track and get a dashboard, get a scoreboard up and running. Actually, we'll do it ghetto style to start with. And you'll be tracking on something like that to start with, just to make sure that you are doing what you said you're going to do every day via PACT. And if I can show you, I'm going to be building it on this mind map as well. You are going to see death by PowerPoint. We are going to do things, exercises. You're going to do stuff. You're going to create a 90-day plan based on this stuff here that you're going to walk out the door with, pinned up on your wall when you go back to work. This is what's going to happen for the next 90 days, guys. Or you want to pull people along, not push. The worst thing you could possibly do is go away from this workshop, go back to your own place and go, things are going to fucking change around here. I've been to a workshop, I'm all fired up, rah, rah, rah. No, don't do that. Show you what you do. What you do is you measure yourself and you create transparency around what you're doing first, and you pull people into it and you pull them along with you. You can set your days out so you know where your time's actually going. You can have a monthly planner, 90 days like that. You'll have access to this, what is it, Miro board, and you'll also have access to the Trello board as well. All right. As you will have guessed, no sales pitch here today. This is it. This was just a training session. This will be similar to what we'll be doing in the workshop. A lot more polished than this, because what I'm doing at the moment is deliberate practice. What I'm doing is practicing for the delivery of the workshop. And you'll be able to see, you go and watch the videos late next week and see the improvement over time from today to next week. This one was a little less planned out than I normally would, but we've got to crack on with this and get this done. Take it, use it, make a great week. When you're ready, message me the words unbox, and we'll speak soon. If you walk out of a workshop with a mile-long to-do list, the technical term for that workshop is a waste of your time. That's why I specifically reverse engineered Unboxed, so that your time isn't wasted. In fact, there's only 2 reasons why someone like you shows up. You're big enough to admit that you don't know what you don't know.
A wonderful bit of research by a guy called David Dunning at Cornell, who's pointed out that in order to know how good you are at something requires exactly the same skills as it does to be good at that thing in the first place.
And you know that you're going to need a who to get the how done. If you lead a team of 10 plus, you live on the Sunshine Coast, and you want your team to create a real breakthrough in Q4 of 2025, then this might be exactly what you've been looking for. At Unbox, we're not going to pile more tasks onto you, and we're going to reset what good looks like. In session 1, we're going to uncover what is your real bottleneck, and then map out a 9-day plan that your team can start to execute the next week. You'll name someone within your business who's going to own it, set up tight feedback loops, and make your team's progress visible via a simple live scoreboard. No jargon or any other bull. Just a simple process that your people can run. The date, time and the price are all in my bio, and there is only 5 spots. That's not going to change. When you're ready, DM me, I want in. We'll have a quick chat about locking in a spot, or if you see the workshop trailer video, DM me, I'm keen.